Okay, cool. So then we got to look, okay, what's going on right now at this very moment? Okay, we have this. Now, there's a lot going on. I could be talking about this chart just for hours. So what I've done is I've circled around the most important aspect at this very moment. We got to look at Venus in Libra. Opposite, which is, we have red, like red lines and blue lines. Red lines are tension. Blue lines are good flowing communication between these planets. We have an opposition, a red line, versus Venus and Uranus. And also a red line versus, with the North Node, Uranus, South Node, Venus. Now, what does that mean? Venus is in Libra. Venus, our communication, our value systems, and relationships in Libra, trying to bring balance in our relationships, trying to bring balance in our values, trying to bring balance with other people and home. And with what? Opposite, Aries, us, our core, who we are, our essence, our image. So Uranus is sudden events. It's like bursting movements. So what's going on? Venus opposite Uranus. It's tension between trying to bring balance with people and ourselves. In Aries, so the courage, having the courage, which is interesting, having the courage to act, Aries, right? From the gut to act, and from our instincts, to actually do what we value, what ourselves. This is giving you the option right now, because this planet actually is going to go into Taurus, but takes a little bit of leap back. It was for 7 years, it was in Aries. So there was a lot of like lashing out and really trying to bring ourselves up and trying to feed ourselves courage. And it took a little bit back into Aries. So it's revisiting. So there's another opportunity for you to act, to bring balance with other people and our values. Okay? And what is it doing? It's squaring the nodes. And the nodes, so there's tension with the nodes. The North Node is in Cancer. Cancer, home. North Node is where we're going, the purpose of humanity. Because this is a chart for the whole world. You have a chart of yourself where everything's going to be totally different. The North Node in Cancer says, time to come home. So we're having this and everything that's going on down here in order for us to understand what it means to come home, to fulfill our own emotional needs, what gives us warmth. The South Node is everything from the past that we take with. And the South Node in Capricorn, Capricorn is the opposite of Cancer. Cancer is a home. This is business, structure, calculations. So we're bringing stuff from our past, which is very Capricorn-like. It's I'm the authority. It's I'm the father. It's force. You have to do this. This is, no, take care of yourself. Compassion. Emotions. This is no emotions. Let's just go for it. Business. So be careful, because the habits, this is where we go to, because this is what we do the easiest right now. Beating ourselves up. But also, good time for opportunities, business opportunities, because we know this. But it's for us to evolve towards a more feminine quality, a more coming home, right? So that's what's going on right now, at this very moment. And I've written down here, balance between me and others, the courage to do what is my priority. Okay? Coming home. Then, 7th of December, in 1 week. So this is, I would say, what I would do if we would have more time is, how can we introduce this into our week and actually put it into practice? What actions can we take? So this is maybe good for you to take home, and I'll be putting this the viewers at home on YouTube, right? They can think about, okay, how can I introduce this into my week? Actually bringing balance. What's going on with my relationships? Am I stepping up for my value? Am I actually doing what is the courage, right, to come home? Second, 7th of December, in 1 week, we will be having a Sagittarius new moon. So everything is, right now, the sun, our persona, is in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is optimistic. It's seeing the bigger vision. It has an arrow. So it's trying to aim towards something. And Sagittarius is like, come on, let's go and do it. We can do it. There's a purpose. There's a mountain. We can go. So we're in this moment at that time. And Jupiter, the magnifying lens, loves Sagittarius. It rules Sagittarius. It's at home in Sagittarius. And it takes a year to go through a sign. So we'll be having a whole year of expansion, of trying to see the bigger vision, of growth, of knowing, of learning. And so a Sagittarius new moon now is a new beginning. That's actually where the whole new month begins. And that's going to be on the 7th of December. And a new moon in Sagittarius is set your intentions here. Think about the vision for the whole year here, not on the 1st of January. Think about it right here. This is a good time to think, how is my year going to look like? What intentions can I set? And it is squaring, it is having a negative aspect with Mars in here conjunct Neptune. Mars is our desires, our ego. It's like very fiery. It's the warrior. When we were in the age of Aries, right? There were a lot of wars in Rome and in Greece. In Neptune, but Neptune is like no boundaries, man. It's all good. We are all one. It's like there's no limit. It's the ocean. It's the god of the ocean, right? So, but it's squaring that. So Mars, our desires, in Pisces is no limits, no boundaries. Let's go with the flow. So this could go two ways. One, it could be very dreamy, and it could be very blurry, the vision, and it could be, just like confusion. But it could also be a good time for creativity and a good time to actually enjoy the deepest creative parts inside of us. Compassionate. And Mars in Pisces is a spiritual warrior. Because you think about it, it is Mars is force, but Pisces calms it down. So it's a very spiritual sign. So it's really a time to go into our relationship with the universe, with God, with our higher purpose. Purpose, but this is ego purpose. There's a limit. This is what we think. There's a lot of thought, but this is spirit. This is the universe, universal power. So it's squaring that. What this is actually saying is transcending our ego. Stop thinking what it is that you have to do, but trust the universe. Trust the process. That's this. So 7th of December. I could be talking about Venus in Scorpio, but we're gonna pass that. Well, actually, one thing about this is that our feminine, this is the masculine, being calmed down in Pisces. This is Venus in a water sign as well, going within. Scorpio is trying to seek the truth, the exploring the hero's journey, going through challenges and intensity, because I want to know the truth. So our value system want to explore that. Scorpio is also other people and money. So you can take that into, but okay, that's what Venus is doing. What I think this is saying is that this is, again, the Me Too movement. It got started when Jupiter went into Scorpio, which is interesting because it's a magnifying lens of all the deep shit that's down. Well, Venus is going and exploring, and is going to get some beating again from. This is trying to transcend that masculine force and that judgment, and try to bring the truth about what femininity is, what our feminine quality is within us. Instead of having to do, you know, when we were talking about force and about, you know, the masculine energy of I have to do this and shoulds, the feminine is, it draws energy in, and its power comes from within. So I think that's what that's saying. Explore your feminine qualities, your feminine power. Okay? And then let's talk about this as the last one. So we have a full moon in Capricorn. Immediately when the sun, our persona, goes into Capricorn. So we were in Sagittarius of, you know, fiery, like let's go there and we can do this, optimistic, to the practical Capricorn of being the authority, of standing on the mountain, of I have to do this, and these are my structures, and it's also the banks and the authorities, law, right? And so there's a full moon, and full moon is everything about illuminating an aspect. Illuminating an aspect of Capricorn, where the South Node is, where the thing about beating ourselves up is. The father, the masculine power. Okay? But it's a good time for practicalities, for getting things done and for doing business. But with the full moon here, with the moon in Cancer, Cancer is like, you know, it loves emotional support. This is the security axis. So what this is saying, let go and illuminate parts of what security means to you. Feeling safe. Of coming home and doing business. The balance between business and home, right? And it's immediately doing that on 0 degrees, so it's like, it's really illuminating. It's like, it's going to be very powerful. And we'll be feeling it because Capricorn is an earth sign, so an earth sign feels, senses. So we'll be feeling that a lot of what is our security. And since it is since it is, this should be a sextile to Uranus, there's not going to be a lot of safe feelings anyway, because Uranus in Aries is bursts, is intuitive insights all of a sudden, unexpected events popping up. So I would say here, this moment, 22nd of December, is a really, really good time to take care of yourself, especially. To really take care of your inner dialogue, to be kind to yourself, and to use that compassionate nature, letting go your ego, transcending the ego of the masculine power. Okay? So that's kind of the most what I have to say about this. Do you have any question? No? This was really fast. This is probably the fastest I've ever gone. But
I'm trying to translate the astrology to my case.
yeah.
So if I would translate it, for instance, to make when I do have to make a decision or
Yeah.
Is it possible just to make a relationship between the process?
Yep.
And well, okay.
Totally. So, did you ask everything?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So the thing there is, astrology is just going to tell you what opportunities and challenges there will be. There's always free will from your part to do things. So there might be an opportunity to set goals, but if you don't take that opportunity is going to pass. So astrology is all about making a choice to go left or right. Now, to give another answer to that question is, when we had the new moon in Sagittarius, here, this is a time to set goals, but not to act upon them. This, on the other hand, is a better time to act upon those goals, since we have more Capricorn energy. And especially when the 31st of December, Mars is going to go into Aries, where it's at home, and Aries is like just acting and courageously, and Mars is at home there to do it. That's a really good time. And the funny thing is, it's going to be the 1st of January. That 1st of January, we're going to feel that energy of like, bah, courageously stepping into it. So there's a good time to really, really take the action. To take the action. Yeah. A full moon is always a good time also to really take an action. A new moon is always a time to go within, to reflect. When it's a square, the first square, so we have new moon, full moon, but the first square is crises in action. You have to be taking action to understand what is going wrong here, to adapt, to then in the full moon really do the full action and get the benefits in the next square moon, to reap the fruits, right? Is that an answer to your question? So, one more thing. Here's the mantra for this month. I transcend my need for force, which is the south node in Capricorn, which is there's a need to actually constantly do things, beat ourselves up, look for the next opportunity, which is good. It's going to bring us opportunities and really get stuff done. But the need for force to the power of the spiritual warrior. And I believe power is a more feminine quality where you attract and where you follow your heart and follow that lead of the heart and really listen to your inner voice of the spiritual warrior, which is funny because we've been talking about this really the first thing we came in, right? So that's that Mars in Pisces, letting go of our ego needs and ego desires and listening to the voice of the universe, of God, of however you want to call it. And that we can do with a lot of mantra singing, the mantra that we sung of Om Namo Gurudev Namo, of Kundalini Yoga, getting into our bodies, right? Avoiding things like coulda, woulda, shoulda. So, that's the astrology for this month. Any question? Was that clear? Yeah? All right, nice. Well then, I would say, let's just chant 3 more times Om Namo Gurudev Namo to close, and then we can wrap up. Is that good? Okay. Or let's just sing 3 times Sat Nam. We always begin with Om Namo Gurudev Namo, but we end with Sat Nam. Sat Nam means truth is my identity. So I want to give that to you to really reflect on how truth could be your identity. Okay? Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. It really was a pleasure for sharing this with you guys. Thank you. Does anyone else want to share something before he or goes? No?
It's just good to be with 3 other men that have formed my past. It's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. I would like to invite you to subscribe to the Leo Mystic YouTube channel, which is going to be all about inner peace forecast, like with astrology, but also conscious leadership and spirituality and mysticism tools to heal. Right? So that's what the YouTube channel is all about. There's also the Facebook group that I just started building, which is going to be for conscious leaders, so we can keep having a dialogue like the mastermind, keep talking about how to introduce astrology into your life and making the decisions instead of waiting, and how to build a spiritual practice. And I believe those 3 things are crucial to build conscious leaders.
What's the group called?
It's called Conscious Leaders. Yeah. I'll invite you to the group. Yeah. All right. Good. Thank you so much, Mike.
Thank you.